Okay, now that I have all the information I need from Google and I've got my other citations right here from databases, I want to show you guys a few more things that MyBib can do before we move over to creating a citation page. So when you're in the actual website, the mybib.com, and you're in your project, you can actually create more citations to keep all in one place. So if I click on this create a citation, you'll notice that here you can add the website, or you can do a book. Now I'm going to talk about the book for a second. Remember, we have lots of awesome books here in the library, and so does Frisco Public Library. So you might have a physical book. Now, one of the great things about it is you can actually look up a book by the ISBN. Now, this ISBN is on the back. It's actually the barcode that you scan in order to buy the book. So if you look on the back, most of them start with a 978. So I'm actually going to use, this is actually a chapter book I'm going to use just as an example. So that you guys can see what happens when I type in the ISBN and it'll come up. So if I type it in and I just need to check, is this the book I'm looking for? It actually is. So it's going to give me the information, and then I'm going to hit save, and it's going to add it here. So that's how you do a book. Super simple. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to show you guys a couple more things. If there is a journal article, I will be honest with you guys won't see a lot of journals. And if you do see journals, it's going to be from databases, and those are already done for you, which I'm going to show you how to do here in a second. So that's just kind of how you do that. Now, if you have a video, maybe from YouTube, you can paste in the URL here, or if it's from a different website, you can paste it in here and see if you can get all the information from it. You can. And then if you click on more, you'll see there's a lot of other options. Let's say that if you're doing World War II and you happen to know a World War II survivor or someone who fought in World War II, you can interview them, and you could click right here, and then you could create the citation, and it'll keep it all in one place for you, which is a really cool way to do it. So there's all kinds of things you can do here. But the one I want you to focus on is the right and / paste citation, because this is where we're going to add our database citations over here. So when I click here, this box will pop up and it'll say citation and annotation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my resource organizer, and I'm going to copy this right here, all of it, and I'm going to hit Control C, and then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to Control V it and paste it in, and I'm going to hit save. So it's going to keep it here for me. I'm going to keep doing this for each one of mine so that I completely put everything in one place. Now, I understand you could say, oh, I could just add them all together later, but this just keeps it all together so you don't even have a question of where it all is later on. So there it is, and I'm going to hit save. And I've got one more to do. I'm going to highlight this real quick. Be very careful not to highlight anything extra, and also to make sure and see that period on the end. If you have to make sure and get that, because that's what makes it a citation, like all those little pieces of it. So I'm going to hit right paste citation, and then I'm going to come over here. Now that I have it all done, I actually want to completely do my bibliography. Like, I've got everything, all my sources are here. Now I want them to create an actual bibliography. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to click download bibliography. Now I am going to say I want it sent to my Google Drive. This is where I would suggest you send it. It's the best place to go. So it's going to create it. I just need to make sure and confirm it's my account, and I'm going to allow MyBib to work with it. And then it's going to open up a brand new document for me. As it sends, it says it's been saved to Google Drive as MyBib practice. So I'm going to go over to my drive, and then I need to scroll down to where my stuff is, and it might take a few minutes, but actually it's there, and I'll open it. And this is exactly how it's supposed to look. Now I want to show you something. There are certain things you have to have for a works cited page. Now there is another some more within the some more you're looking at that you can actually see the step-by-step if you had to do this yourself. But a couple of things you have to have. First off, the font has to be Times New Roman. And that's what it is. You'll see over here, that's actually what it says it is. Okay, Times New Roman. Then it has to be a 12-point font. Now, as much as we would like to make things bigger, smaller, all of that, it needs to stay this font. Then you'll notice that it's actually double spaced. Okay, and that's what you're supposed to do. And this is what we call a hanging indent. For each new citation, you'll notice that it's actually not indented, but the lines under it are. And that's what it is supposed to look like. Now on my other s'more on how to create a works cited page, it will tell you how to do this if you have to manually do it. But the great thing about MyBib is it does it for you. So now this is exactly what I would need to turn into my teacher to show where I got my work. And that's how simple a works cited page can be with MyBib.